The NFL schedule has been released. Everybody knows where they're playing, who they're playing, when they're playing them. We're going to dive into all of that and more on this episode of the Red Zone Blitz.
You're tuned in to the Red Zone Blitz.
Here we go.
The home for all things NFL and college football.
Ready?
All right, guys. Welcome back to the Red Zone Blitz. How are you fellas doing?
Doing great. Doing good.
You know what? We're recording this on a Friday. It's almost, I guess it is officially the most wonderful time of the year. No, not Christmas. It's a scheduled release day. The NFL dropped their full 2026 regular season slate, and we're going to go a deep dive on every single team today. We're going to be going division by division. We're each picking a must-watch game for every team, and then we're going to be closing with our personal top 5 games of the year, and then one game we'd actually buy a ticket to and travel for. So we're going to get into all of that. I once again thank you to each and every one of you guys that listen to our episodes and show us support and love. If you have not subscribed to us on YouTube, go follow us, Red Zone Blitz on YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram as well, Red Zone Blitz Pod, as well as TikTok and X. Fellas, are you guys pumped? Are you guys ready?
Yeah, man.
I'm ready.
Can't wait for the new season.
It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. And new season, new stadium, same old tables that their fans are still jumping through. The Buffalo Bills, fellas. Listen, Buffalo, they're projected to play, their first game of the season away. They're not going to be at home. Now, DraftKings has them at 10.5 wins. Mike Clay's got them at 10 wins, and their strength of schedule is the 8th hardest. I'm not going to go through every game for each team, but I'm going to go through some schedule highlights. So you got week 1 at Houston. That's a tough opener. Bills are also winless at NRG Stadium. Week 2 versus KK's Detroit Lions at home. Thursday Night Football. That's a short turnaround time from playing a physical defensive Houston team to then having to open up your new stadium against Detroit. Week 5, LA Rams, Monday Night Football. That will be a big, big game for the Buffalo Bills. And week 12, the Kansas City Chiefs, Thanksgiving. The Thanksgiving slate is a fabulous thing that the NFL did with their games. Week 14, they're going to Lambeau Field for Sunday Night Football, and they're playing Green Bay. And then week 16, they're playing the Denver Broncos on Christmas Day. The toughest stretches of probably their schedule, I think, is weeks 12 to 16, where they go through the Chiefs, the Pats, the Packers, Bears, and Broncos. Before you guys go and pick your team, I guess I'll ask a question about the Bills as well. Josh Allen is obviously the constant here. He's the one person that has not changed, but this is a totally new coaching staff with Joe Brady. Do you think the Bills are actually a 10-win team this year, or is that is the schedule too brutal? And what does a new stadium opener on 4 days rest tell us about how this season is going to go?
I think they're a 10-win season or 10+ win season. This is the year for Josh Allen.
Don't we say that every year?
Yeah, but new stadium. If you're not going to do it this year, are you ever going to do it?
Wow.
I mean, it is going to be a tough schedule, but Joe Brady was there last year. It's not like a completely new
the scheme
coach.
And the stuff will be the same. I think everything will be catered to.
I just wonder how they're going to play in a more of an indoor stadium.
Well, they're not going to have the crazy snow piles that they had when they're in their old stadium. Like, they're obviously going to be able to open it up and have snow falling on the ground. But the way the new stadium that they've spent $2 billion of taxpayer money on, it's going to be able to funnel out the snow. So you're not going to get that traditional snow game in Buffalo that you got in December. I mean, for me, I think I'll make my pick as their must-watch game. I think it becomes it is as much as, opening up your stadium matters, as much as playing the Rams matters. They're rivals and they're big dog, and the guy who will always be compared to is Patrick Mahomes. And I think Thanksgiving, the late night game, that will be the game where everybody will have their eyes on that matchup. I think that's probably my must-watch game for them. How about you guys?
I got week 7 again at the Broncos.
Oh, going into
That Broncos defense is legit. I want to see how Josh Allen handles that in Denver.
Yeah, the Chiefs on Thanksgiving night was my top one for the Bills as well. But I also think the Bears on Sunday night would be a good task for them. See if the defense could stop Caleb Williams. I think it's probably the Bills are likely to be like a 10-11 win team. The beginning of the schedule this year for them is very difficult, though, like you said.
Wait, you said they're playing the who in week 7?
Oh, no, the bye week is week 7, my bad.
Yeah.
Week 16.
Yeah.
Christmas Day.
Okay. I was like,
Christmas
I was
Day.
like, hold on. They're playing
reading it wrong.
I was like, are they playing the Broncos twice? Has there been something that has
No,
changed?
They're not the
Christmas
Patriots.
Day.
Yeah.
The
Christmas
Patriots have
Day.
issues when they're not playing.
Yeah.
Not the Patriots.
No, I think that's fair, man. A whole big slate to pick from. Moving on to the Miami Dolphins. DraftKings has them at 4.5. As the line, Mike Clay has them at 2.5. Strength of schedule, second hardest, I think, at 0.542. Their highlights, if any, they get week 3, Kansas City, week 9, Detroit, week 15, Green Bay, week 17, Buffalo. This is a complete rebuild. New GM, new head coach, new quarterback. They have the hardest schedule in the AFC East and arguably the worst roster. What's your realistic win total for this team?
Looking at the schedule, I think they could win 4. But again, like this year, next to the Chicago Bears, they have second toughest schedule out of anybody.
And you have no idea what Malik Willis is as a starting
And no
quarterback.
idea
As a
with
starting
Jeff
quarterback.
Halfley as the head coach, right?
Yeah.
I'll probably go with 3 wins for them.
Yeah, that's pretty generous. I would say I would give it maybe 2 wins. I think they're the Raiders of last year, where it comes.
They play the Jets twice, right? So
there's your 2 wins. There's potentially
hopefully your 2.
maybe you're going 1-1 there, and then
Well,
they'll
there
steal.
might be 2 wins since the Jets might tank for a quarterback.
Oh dear. Okay, we have to do it. I guess. What's your must-watch game for the Miami Dolphins?
I got week 17 at home versus the Bills.
Week 17, home
Week
versus-
17 at home
versus
versus
the
the Bills.
That's going to be a tough matchup.
It is, but by then you got to know who's playing for jobs next year,
Yeah.
right?
For me, I got week 15 against the Packers. I think it's Willis and Halfley. They go back to Green Bay. And,
Yeah, that's a good
and
storyline.
Prove that they can actually ball out and coach up a good team and lead the Dolphins into a good season next. It'll be the end of the season, close to. So if they can finish strong and lead into a good season next year.
Give me full chaos. I'm gonna go week 3, Kansas City. Mahomes is banged up. He's not himself. They're at home. They go out, they win, and it's panic everywhere. I think that would be.
That would be Kickball Dad would be loving that.
Yeah.
So we've already counted almost 4 wins already.
No.
I got them having 4.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They beat the Packers. They beat KC. They beat the Jets twice.
Well, hey, well, no, I don't think they're going to beat the Jets twice. I think the Jets are going to be a better team than last year. Yeah. Speaking of the Jets, I guess we can go there next. Their record projection is 5.5 wins by DraftKings, 7.1 wins from Mike Clay. Their strength of schedule is 12th hardest. Their schedule highlights week 1 versus Tennessee, Robert Saleh's return, Jets open against the coach they fired. Weeks 2 to 4 are a gauntlet. They play the Packers, Lions, and Bears, all in that order. Week 8, they get the Raiders. Yay! It's fun. Mendoza, the number 1 pick, going against the number 2 pick. Week 9, they go up against the Chiefs. The Chiefs have an easy schedule. The fact that they're playing like the Bills, the fact that they're playing the
They
Dolphins,
had a great draft, easy schedule.
yeah, it's going to be cakewalk time for them. And I think another schedule highlight is the Week 13 bye. I think it's important that we recognize that the Jets will not be playing football on week 13.
They can't lose.
They cannot lose on week 13. Aaron Glenn, second year. Geno Smith is now the quarterback. It's going to be good times, Jets fans. Now, my question is the Jets open against Robert Saleh, the coach they fired, and also with Geno Smith, the guy they let go? That's a lot for week 1. Now, if Aaron Glenn goes 0-2 to start that schedule, is the seat already warm?
No.
I don't think so. Because you're dealing with defensively, like they're a really good team. They should be fine defensively. Offensively, though, I don't know. It could be an issue. Depending on like what we saw from Geno Smith last year was not very good. So if we see the same thing with him at the Jets,
Well,
it's going to ruin
They're
Glenn's
kind of
job.
rebuilding. So
I don't want to be that guy, but they need to win week 1 because that's their shot at winning week 1. That's their most winnable game. Because after week 4, they're looking at a gauntlet of being 0-4.
are they looking at like we gotta win? I
think they don't want to be 0-4. I don't know how that helps them. I don't know how that helps. Like,
I think they want to have the number 1 pick next year.
But how is having a number 1 pick going into a team that's like 0-15 helpful for the number 1 pick? There's too many guys on that team that they drafted this draft and also re-signed, aka Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. There's too many guys on that team where I think like they should be able to beat Tennessee.
Yeah,
they should. You should be able to win against Tennessee like that. Listen, there are a lot of problems on the Jets, but the Tennessee Titans don't have that great of a roster that like your defense with David Bailey and you got Omar Cooper Jr. and you have Kenyon Sadiq, and then you re-signed like you should be able to put up a battle there because I'm here to tell you like. The Packers, Lions, Bears are not going to be fun times for Jets fans. That's going to be very brutal. You guys have a must-watch game?
I think week 6 against the Patriots going to New England. That's a big rivalry matchup for them.
I was going to say the Cardinals in week 15.
Oh,
why is that?
Battle for the QB next year.
I thought you were going to go Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought you were going to be
Jeremiah
like, I wonder if Jeremiah Love torches them after they passed up on him.
Yeah,
that could happen too. Yeah.
No, mine is week 1. I think, I don't want to be watched. I'm as a result of doing this podcast, I have to watch Jets football.
Yeah.
I don't foresee myself watching too much Jets football, but week 1, I think that is going to be huge. And the NFL loves their storyline, so it's very fitting that they got Robert Saleh returning to New York. And let's close out this division with the New England Patriots. You get 9.5 wins from DraftKings, 9.9 wins from Mike Clay, 6th hardest strength of schedule. Week 1, right off the bat, Wednesday, Super Bowl rematch. The Seahawks unveil their banner. Week 7, at Chicago, Drake May versus Caleb Williams, Thursday Night Football. I will give the NFL credit. Some of these primetime games looking good so far. Mm-hmm. They're looking nice. Week 10 they go to Munich to play KK's Detroit Lions, and week 12 they play the Chargers Sunday Night Football in LA. Week 15 they play Kansas City for Monday Night Football, and week 17 they play in Denver. Now, 7 of the first 11 games for the Patriots are on the road. They have 5 primetime games. 4 of those are on the road. They travel the 5th most miles in the league. Drake May enters year 3 as MVP runner-up. The pressure is real after a 14-3 season. They're now a target. And, of course, Miss Rossini is there. Miss Rossini is hanging out. She's doing her thing.
But she moved to New England?
Well, no. She's
not yet.
Probably living somewhere else. She's probably living in Philadelphia. That's probably where she is, I think. Now the Patriots open the season in Seattle for a Super Bowl rematch. The Seahawks are hoisting the banner with New England watching. How do you think Drake May and company respond to that? Do you think that matters going into the year, opening up against the team you lost the Super Bowl to?
I think it matters because a blowout loss, well, your confidence is going to be
Yeah.
I'm really down after that one.
Yeah, that's going to be a very big
that's-
important game for them.
That's a big game. Yeah.
That's a big game in a atmosphere that's going to be wild.
Yeah.
It is going to be a wild time in Seattle. They're going to be jacked up and pumped up. So it'll be interesting. Who's your guys' picks for the game? Must watch game.
I got week 13. They're home at the Buffalo Bills. Division battle, probably a game for the first seed. Or, the division championship.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
All right.
I got week 1 against Seattle, but even the Bears Thursday night, that's a good matchup as well.
Okay. I'm gonna go week 1. I'm gonna go week 1 as the matchup. Runner up, I think Detroit would be a fun one. International games are going to be more and more. They're going to be more and more common in the NFL. You're going to see a whole lot more of them. And I think it's going to be important to see which teams do well traveling with the distractions of being in a different country, different language, different food, different experiences, which teams end up actually, benefiting from that versus them like losing all their games. All right, let's move it on. AFC North, fellas. We'll start with the Baltimore Ravens. Wow. Okay. 11.5 wins projected from DraftKings. Mike Clay's similar projection. Strength of schedule is the 9th easiest. Their schedule highlights week 3 against America's team in Brazil. That will be a fun time for all parties involved. Week 5, Atlanta, Sunday Night Football. Week 8, Buffalo. In Buffalo, that'll be a good one. They always end up having a star-studded affair when they play each other. Week 10 versus the LA Chargers, Monday Night Football. Jesse Minter versus his former team. Week 17, Cincinnati, New Year's Eve, Thursday Night Football. And weeks 15 to 18 are all AFC North games to close the year. Listen, they have the first ever AFC North sweep to end a season. Lamar Jackson is 5-0 as a starter in Cincinnati. New head coach, Jesse Minter. You got a Brazil game in week 3 after a 10-hour flight. Bit of a wild logistical test. Now, I'll start with the New Year's Eve game. New Year's Eve in Cincinnati on Thursday Night Football with the division potentially on the line. I know Bengals fans have been begging for this. The Ravens have never won a primetime game in Cincy. Does that streak end? And is Lamar back to full MVP form with Jesse Minter running the show?
No, I think the streak's going to continue.
No.
I think Joe Burrow's going to have a better year than Lamar Jackson.
Well, okay. Here we go. I like the sound of that. The Baltimore Ravens fans. If you're listening, let us know. Let us know what you think. What you guys think.
I got that showdown being for both teams on New Year's Eve.
As your game?
As my game, yeah. To me, that's probably for the division.
Yeah. Who do you have winning that game?
I'm probably go with Joe Burrow and the Bengals on that one.
Come on, guys. Come on. I'm going to give you some love, Lamar. I think you're going to cook this year. Get this boy some help. Get some innovative play calling. Let's not have Derrick Henry sit on the sidelines during important games. Let's utilize our assets we have, and then look to Baltimore to be potentially. Hey, if the Jets start off slow, that Garrett Wilson trade buzz starts getting going. That is a landing spot for Mr. Garrett Wilson. My must-watch game is probably, I'm going to say, Week 8 at Buffalo. I think just history itself just tells us that that game is going to be insane.
So redemption.
Yeah.
Shootout.
What about you, Matt?
It's got to be Week 15 against the Steelers going in Pittsburgh.
Oh,
That's always a great rivalry.
that's fitting.
Yeah.
Moving on to those Bengals. 9.5 win projection from DraftKings, 10.6 win projection from Mike Clay. Strength of schedule is the 3rd easiest. Their schedule highlights week 3 in Pittsburgh, week 9 in playing Atlanta and Madrid, Spain. They don't have a bye after that. They're going right back to Pittsburgh for Sunday Night Football. They're coming back home to play Pittsburgh Sunday Night Football. And then week 11, they're in Washington for Monday Night Football. Week 14, Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. Week 17 versus Baltimore, like we talked about, for New Year's Eve. The Bengals haven't made the playoffs in 3 straight years. Their full offense is back. They've got a better defense this year. They've added Dexter Lawrence. Is this the year you think Joe Burrow finally gets him over a hump? I'll make it short and sweet. Why or why not? Go ahead.
I think if he's healthy and with the addition of Dexter Lawrence on defense and Boy Mafe, I think they can get it done. Obviously, I don't want them to win the division, but I could see them definitely competing. And like we saw a couple of years ago, if they get in the playoffs and they make a run, they're a pretty good team.
I'm probably going to say no because I still don't like their O-line. So I don't think
That's fair, yeah.
If Joe Burrow stays healthy, yes, but I don't think he will. I think he might miss a few games.
He's going to get hurt again?
I don't think he's going to get hurt severely, but he's going to have some bumps and bruises in that.
If he gets hurt again, that's going to be a problem. I'd say longevity of his career is not going to last very long.
But I think that Steelers game when they return from Germany, that's going to be a big one for them.
That's going to be huge, yeah. Yeah, I think even my must game, obviously they highlight it in their release video, is the Chiefs, right? That's one opponent that's always had their number for years and years and years. So they gotta get a win in that one.
I'm gonna agree with you, Burrowhead baby. I think there is a lot of big rivalry there. I think those two guys don't like each other.
No,
I don't think those teams like each other. So that makes all the makings for a wonderful game in Week 14.
What's funny is the door last year was open for Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson. They all failed. Is Mahomes going to beat them again this coming year now?
The thing that people don't realize, and not to segue, sorry, Bengals fans, not to segue away from the Bengals, these guys are wired different. When you look at the Bradys, you look at the Mahomes, you look at the top 1% of their sport athletes, when they recover from injuries, they do not recover from injuries like normal people. They are coming back with a vent. If you think that Kansas City is going to be led with any less intensity or any less ferociousness just because Patrick Mahomes hurt himself and had to go through surgery, you're mistaken. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs will be back just ripping shit up this year. And you're going to see it. They have an easier schedule. They've had a great draft. And they were able to add pieces to that core. They added a Super Bowl MVP in Kenneth Walker on that team. They're going to be back with a vengeance. They've finally, I think, addressed the run game now where they've opened it up to be different facets. So when it comes to your point of last year was probably the best opportunity. And New England capitalized. Drake May capitalized on it. But that was the opportunity where a Joe Burrow, I would have loved to see the Bengals get in last year. I think the Bengals would have been a fun team to watch get in just because their offense is so high octane.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see healthy Bo Nix versus Drake May. But that's just the playoff. That's how things go. Keeping it moving, fellas. Keeping it moving. We're going to go to those Cleveland Browns. They've got a projected 6.5 wins from DraftKings. Strength of schedule is the easiest in the NFL. Well, you look at that. The dog pound is barking. Week 1, they go into Jacksonville. Week 4, they're playing Pittsburgh. Thursday night football. Hey, first divisional game with new coaches on both sides. Week 8, they go into Pittsburgh after the Steelers return from Paris. Week 10, they're playing the Houston Texans. Week 14, they get to play Atlanta. That will be Stefanski's return to Cleveland. Obviously, they don't know who their quarterback's going to be. Watson versus Sanders. Who wins the starting job, and does it even matter? That's my question.
Yeah, it probably doesn't really matter. I think the NFL threw the dog pound a bone. They just gave them an easy schedule because they know that they need it. I don't think it'll matter.
What's your guys' must-watch game for the dog pound here?
I got week 4 against the Steelers.
Yep.
They walk in there and they can win that one. Get another win on the board.
Oh, boy. Jeez.
They could be not battling for last place in that division after that one.
Well, I mean, it all depends on what the Steelers have going on at quarterback.
The Browns have a legit defense.
Because if you have Drew Allar or Will Howard playing defense against Myles Garrett coming off it's going to be RIP in the slot. Like they're gonna kill him, and I think that's where you need an Aaron Rodgers expertise. So it'll be. That was interesting. That wasn't mine. I had week 14, Stefanski's return. I had that as the storyline.
That's the one that I had too.
Yeah. No, I think always anytime a coach returns to a place where he's been for so long, he's always got money on the board, trying to stick it to him. So it'll be interesting to see how many yards Bijan goes for, what they pull out of their hat and when they're going to interview him, it's just another game. We prepare for this like we prepare for any NFL opponent. We're blessed to be, whatever they're going to say. But I know that one matters a little bit more. So it'll be interesting to see Mr. Stefanski back in Cleveland donning the Falcons colors. And now, finally, the black and yellow Pittsburgh Steelers. DraftKings actually has their line set at 8.5 wins. The strength of schedule is the 14th easiest. Week 1, baby. Atlanta. Mike McCarthy's home debut. Week 7, they're playing New Orleans and Paris, France. Week 8, they're playing Cleveland right after that. No bye, as we talked about. Week 12, you got the Black Friday game against Denver Broncos. Week 13, Houston Texans, Sunday Night Football. Tomlin returning to call the game, obviously, not coach the game. He's part of that Sunday night crew. And week 10 to 15 for the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to be tough. You got Sunday Night Football, you got the Eagles, you got Black Friday, you got Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, and the Ravens. Aaron Rodgers, 43 in his second year with Pittsburgh. If he's on the team, is this team actually a playoff team?
Yes, they are.
Oh, okay.
I feel like they've built around the
I think they're in a
this
battle to be a playoff team in that division.
If he's back.
The whole division, yeah.
If
like,
he's back.
Aside from the Browns, I think
If
that
he's not
division's a
back,
battle.
I think they take a step back this year.
Yeah, I could see that just because you got a rookie
Yeah.
QB or young QB.
But if he's
stepping
back, they can easily win that division again.
What's your must-watch game, KK?
I want to see how they do. I think when they return from international games, so week 8 against the Browns.
That's your.
I think that's a big one.
Yeah. For me, it was tough. Obviously, week 13, you got Tomlin returning. I think that's going to be a big storyline. I can't wait to watch big fucking Mike on week 1 against the Atlanta Falcons and just have. I can't wait. It's going to be hilarious. They're going to be throwing Primanti Brothers sandwiches at his head by halftime. It's going to be fucking fabulous. How about you, Matt,
man.
the resident Steelers fan?
Yeah, I think I'd speak for all Steeler fans in this one when I say week 11 against the Eagles. When we got Joey Porter Jr. just shutting down Mekhi Lemon and just
I would put Jalen
run
Ramsey on him.
stopping Saquon Barkley.
I would put Jalen Ramsey on Mekhi Lemon and hope for better days.
I mean, from what we've seen in the offseason with these two franchises kind of bickering a little bit, this could be a full battle of Pennsylvania for the next couple of years.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Moving on to the AFC South, fellas. We've got the Houston Texans, 9.5 wins from DraftKings. Strength of schedule is the 7th easiest. Now, the Houston Texans are going to be opening up the season against Buffalo at home. Week 6, they're playing Jacksonville in London. Week 13 in Pittsburgh for Sunday Night Football. Week 16 in Philadelphia for Thursday Night Football and Christmas Eve. And Week 17, they're playing Green Bay Monday Night Football. Now, the Texans are the favorite to win this division, guys. I think it's no surprise that they are the favorites. But do you think they have enough offensively to be a true Super Bowl contender? And if not, what are they lacking?
No, I don't see them. I don't actually think they're going to win the division. I think defensively, yeah, they're above the other teams, but offensively and in today's football, you need to be a really good offensive team, and I don't think they have it. I think what they're missing, honestly, is like better play at receiver. I think more depth. They really just have one guy in Collins, and he's coming off an injury, so that's going to be an issue if he maybe can't run his routes great.
We're begging you, Tank Dell.
Banged up.
Please.
I think they should win
can't
this
see it.
division.
I think they win this division.
But I think it's all on CJ
I
Stroud.
don't see it.
I think you're gonna see.
He's got a better offense, better run game.
He's got to stay away from the baddies.
That's right.
He's got to stay away from the baddies. a little bit of success in his rookie year. Now all the baddies in Houston's a dangerous city. We saw what it did to James Harden. We saw the adult establishments in Houston are no joke. It's no Magic City. They don't got the wings like that. But the Houston women have been declining professional athlete performance for many, many years. This is not a new thing. So they got to get him out of the strip club and they got to get him locked into some film. He's got to watch some film.
I'm thinking his own little mansion is his own strip club.
Yeah, he's probably hosting his own little party at his house. He's got to get away.
He's got his own private one going on.
So he's got to focus. I really hope for my boy Sketch. What's up, brother? I really hope for him that they turn it around. Like I really hope for Sketch they do it. And I like CJ Stroud. I like him. I think he's a I like quarterbacks got to have swag, right? That's what they got to have. Today, I saw a 5-star recruit at a high school who's an offensive tackle acting like a diva, jumping up and down on his table because he committed to the Texas A&M Aggies. I don't want my offensive tackles to have personalities. I don't need them to have a personality. I don't need my offensive line or my defensive line to have any personality. No personality is needed. I want my cornerbacks and my wide receivers to love the spotlight.
Yeah.
I want my running back to just be a workhorse. I just want him addicted to the gym. And I want my edge rushers to be psychotic. And along with my linebackers, I want them to be mentally insane. Not like Micah Parsons mentally insane.
I was going to say, you had one on the Cowboys.
Not like him. I'm thinking more like Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, mentally insane. Now, my quarterback, I want him with swagger. A QB with no swagger is just not, it doesn't hit the same. So CJ Stroud's got the swagger. He just has to pull up the play that can, back it up. They also got to get this guy playing in the cold better. Yeah. Like, I don't know what, that's not an excuse when you're getting paid the amount of money this guy's getting paid. Oh, you can't play in the cold. He played in fucking Ohio.
Was it the cold against Pittsburgh or was it just the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Well, Patriots the same way. When he was in New England, he struggled.
I think for him, I think it was more so just the raw of the playoffs and like the fact that he was able to cruise by the whole year. They had their backup in the majority of the year and they were able to just cruise on through. And there was like their defense was just winning them games where he could shit the bed and it didn't matter because they still got a W.
I think the signing of David Montgomery is going to help him a lot, though.
Yeah, I think so. Because last year
they got a running back that can run the ball.
I don't know. I think he's kind of getting older.
But they didn't have a running back. To KK's point is like last year
they had too many.
Joe Mixon was MIA.
Joe Mixon.
We still don't know where Joe Mixon is. We still don't know where Joe Mixon is.
Woody Marks.
Well, that's what I'm worried about. Those guys are kind of older, and David Montgomery's kind of older too. Like if they can mold Woody Marks into a good running back, they might have something there.
They just got to get. Woody Marks learning from the great Demo and bringing his thing in. What's your guys' must-watch game for the Texans?
I got week 6 against the Jaguars in London. Divisional game. You're going over across the pond.
Oh my God. They're going to lose that game.
Well,
they're going to lose that game, man. It's going to be on
prime time for all of Europe to see.
It's CJ Stroud and company. Just it's CJ Stroud and the London Baddies are going to.
I got the next one against Jaguars week 15.
Okay.
That could be a like
close division.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start off the year with the Buffalo Bills as if you're like that's your measuring stick. That's a good test right off the bat. You're allowed to the Bills are rolling into town. That's your test. Take care of business and beat them, and then we'll go from there. Indianapolis Colts. This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. Names. Seth Thurskin, super fan, former guest of the show. 7.5 wins from DraftKings. Their schedule highlight. I mean, I got week 1 against Baltimore. You're playing Lamar at home. It's a tough opener. Week 2, you're going into Kansas City for Sunday Night Football. Week 4, Washington, you're going to London. Week 11, you're playing Houston on Thursday Night Football. Daniel Jones just got $88 million guaranteed, and he's played one full season in 7 years. Is this a ticking time bomb situation?
Yeah, I think it is. And I think Richardson coming back, and I saw he was taking reps. I think it's going to be a distraction too, because as soon as Jones starts to play bad, maybe throw a couple picks, then there's going to be whispers, talks around Lucas Oil Stadium. Maybe you put in Richardson, and I think it's going to cause havoc and chaos, and it's just going to be a mess.
And I mean, I think if Jones goes down and they have a losing season, I think Shane Steichen's out of there.
Yeah,
I think he's gone. What's your guys' must-watch game for the Colts?
I got week 11 Thursday night in Houston. Let's see how they do against that Texans defense.
And it's a divisional game.
I got the last game of the year for them, week 18 against the Jaguars. I don't know. Usually it comes down in this division to the very last week. And always the Colts have problems against the Jaguars.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think I'm not laughing. I'm sorry. I feel like people are going to think that I'm laughing at them because I don't take them seriously enough. And the Colts are not a serious.
It was tough to pick a must-watch game. Trust me.
I'm going to go Kansas City because you know the broadcasting team is going to be glazing up Mahomes. Now, here's a guy.
Is it on Prime?
It's Sunday Night Football.
Oh, good man.
It's going to be, yeah. So I'm going to go week 2, Kansas City in Kansas City against Mahomes. I think that's your time to, bring some lights onto your team and show them that you're for real. I think they're going to miss Michael Pittman a lot. I think he's a veteran receiver.
They didn't even replace him, did they?
Not really. No, they just signed Alec Pierce to his massive. It's wild. That's wild times.
They need more help on the receiving.
Yeah, they did some wild things in Indianapolis. Jacksonville, they got him at 9.5 wins. 11th easiest strength of schedule. Week 5 to 6, they're back to back in London. I might as well relocate the team there at this point. I mean,
yeah,
those are 2 big games then.
Yeah, you're playing 2 games. The first one they're playing is against the Eagles at Tottenham. And the second one is against the Texans at Wembley Stadium. Week 7, it's a bye after their London stretch. Week 9, they're playing Baltimore Thursday Night Football. Week 14, Pittsburgh Monday Night Football. Week 16, Dallas in Dallas Sunday Night Football. Travis Hunter is the most hyped defensive prospect in years. How quickly do you think he faces his first number 1 wide receiver test with this schedule, and how do you think he handles it? Like, which game do you think actually you get to see the true matchup?
You might even see it in week 2 against the Broncos with Waddle, or against the Bengals probably with Chase.
I think that one
That'd
will
probably
be
the one.
That one will be like, you got to go out and show out.
But it would be crazy if Broncos got Waddle, and then in week 3, they got to go Patriots. What if Patriots get A.J. Brown? And then the Bengals with Chase?
That's 3 straight weeks of like dog.
But is it going to be Travis Hunter
Eagles
on them, or is it going to be the guy on the other side facing all these guys?
No, I think you got to get him to do it.
You got to get
Hunter?
the one on number 1.
You paid too much capital to trade up for him. You paid too much capital to draft him, and you need him to be your guy. There's no timeline. If you're a top 5 pick,
he's got to be ready for that.
You got to be ready to go. So that's what I mean. Like, those are like, from a fantasy football perspective, and we'll get into fantasy football in the coming weeks and months leading up to the season. If you're a receiver and he's like you're a guy who owns one of these receivers on your team, and you notice they're playing Jacksonville, and Travis Hunter's not that great of a corner, you're in for a big week. You're in for a nice little week.
Target.
So we don't really know what we're looking forward to. I hope he has it all figured out. I hope he's got it locked in. It would be a shame if he was a bust. What's your guys' must-watch game?
I think I got, week 6, the second international game against the Texans.
Yep, the divisional one.
I think you got to win. Even if you go 1-1 there, you're okay. If you end up losing both of them to the Eagles and Texans, that's a tough road to climb back up.
Yep.
Yeah. I got week 14 Monday Night Football, and they host Pittsburgh. I think that's later on in the season. It's going to be a meaningful game for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, I was probably going to go week 9 Baltimore. I think that was a big one. But also week 16 Dallas. Dallas going to end your season right there. Depending on how your season's going, if you're fighting neck and neck, that could be your season defining game and in prime time in Dallas with all the lights, with all of the Jones family in attendance. So I think it's a big season for also Trevor Lawrence. You got Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence year 2 together. You got to be clicking, man. You got to be going. Speaking of clicking and going, Tennessee Titans. They've got them at 6.5 wins projected. Strength of schedule is the 8th easiest. That's not terrible. They don't have a whole lot of highlights. They're going New York, week 1, week 4, Baltimore, Derrick Henry playing against his former team. Week 5, Houston Texans. They have no primetime games.
Yeah.
None. 0. Robert Saul is the new head coach. Cam Ward is the quarterback. First round pick. Carnell Tate. You know what? The Carnell Tate's huge, by the way. I don't know if people have gone and looked at how big he truly is. He is a big dude. And that was a snag of a pick. Guys, what's your must-watch game?
I really struggled to pick a game for the Titans because I'm a big fan of primetime games, right? So going on this list, I'm like, if there's ever a team that plays on Monday night, Sunday night football, it's like the bright lights you want to see.
Yep.
That's when they got to shine. They don't even have one. So I would say week 5 against the Texans, rivalry game.
Divisional.
Tough matchup. It's going to be a test for Ward against that Houston defense, year 2.
Yep.
See if he can get things going.
I got the game before that, or week 4 against the Ravens in Baltimore.
Derrick Henry playing his former team.
But that to me, that's a big test for Cam Ward and the Titans.
Yeah.
Are you gonna find a way to win that game and be like in a playoff contention within your division, or
it's almost like,
or is it just you're done?
It's almost like, can you stop them or can you compete with Lamar Jackson, right?
Yeah, like you got to go
like
head
shot
to head.
for shot, head to head.
Yeah. For me, I'm staying consistent with what I said with the Jets week 1. Robert Saleh facing his former team. I think if you're Tennessee, obviously I talked about how important it is for New York to be winning that first game. But if you're Tennessee, you want to win it for your coach, man. Especially the way he was treated and the way he was fired. You want to win it for your coach. So that will be exciting to see the debut of Carnell Tate and Cam Ward as a duo. It'll be an exciting time. We've got the AFC West, fellas. Almost wrapped up with the AFC here. We got the Denver Broncos projected at 9.5 wins. They're going week 1 in Kansas City, Monday Night Football. Week 3, LA Rams, Sunday Night Football. Week 6, Seattle, Thursday Night Football. Week 12, Pittsburgh, Black Friday. Week 16, Buffalo on Christmas. Week 17, you got New England, primetime, potential AFC implications there. Man, the Broncos were a Bo Nix healthy snap away from a Super Bowl, I think. Does Nix take that next step this year, you think? And is this a Super Bowl caliber team?
That's a really difficult schedule. I think coming off that injury, he's going to falter a little bit. I think it might be a step back this year, unfortunately.
Also, I think Sean Payton hates him. Like, I don't think Sean
hates Bo Nix.
I don't think he's a big fan because I think like there's these subtle comments he makes in press conferences and stuff where I think that I don't think he thinks he's the guy, and I think it's more so Sean Payton's built a system where he thinks he can bring in any guy and he will succeed. Like he can bring in the quarterback of his choosing as a reclamation project, and he can get him to take him there. So it'll be interesting to see if Bo Nix is likely not going to say anything about Sean Payton. They don't like each other very much. So it'll be interesting to see if Sean Payton starts taking swings in press conferences. If, like you said, it's a slow roll out the gate.
Yeah. Like that's tough. The Chiefs, Jags, Rams, Niners, Chargers, Seahawks to start the year. Like off that list, I mean, I don't know. Like those are, it's really could be like last drive wins games in all of those matchups. So it's tough.
What's your guys' must-watch game?
Mine is week 8 at home against the Chiefs. I think that's the big test.
Yeah.
Like if they can roll through there, if they can beat the Chiefs at home, I think they're probably legit after that.
Yeah.
I think
If they're not already down and out.
That is a good point. Like if they're still contending.
Yeah. I think it's such a close division. Week 16 versus the Bills on Christmas Day. That could be a great matchup. Knicks versus Allen. Who's the better quarterback? Who's the better coach? Brady versus Peyton. And then it could be for a division lead for the Broncos.
Yeah, I'll go with maybe a potential Super Bowl matchup against the Rams in week 3. As a potential Super Bowl preview, Sunday Night Football, that'll be a big test. You know, you're going up against a high octane team in LA who's got some dogs on the other side. So it'll be interesting to see if they can keep up. Now, the Chiefs, their record projection is 10.5 wins. They've got the 5th hardest schedule when you look at it strength wise. Now, the highlights of their schedule, you got week 1 versus Denver, Monday Night Football. Week 7 against Seattle, the defending champs, Sunday Night Football. Week 12 against Buffalo, Thanksgiving, Sunday Night Football. Weeks 12 to 14, you're at the Bills, at the Rams, at the Bengals. I think that's a tough stretch right there for any team. And then week 15, you got New England to top it all off on Monday Night Football. Mahomes coming back from a torn ACL and LCL. When do you think he's actually 100%? Do you think he's 100% going into week 1, or is it more of a mid-season? Like he ramps up.
I'd probably say mid-season. I think he's going to need time.
I think he's going to play, but I don't think he's going to be.
But I think he needs time to get going.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he's probably, like you said, like a Brady kind of guy when it comes to preparation. I don't think that's like a tough injury for him. So probably midway through the year. But
yeah, I mean, must watch for me, Buffalo, Thanksgiving, Sunday Night Football. I think that will be, they're going to come out swinging. So that'll be.
I got on the road in Seattle on week 7, Sunday Night Football.
Against the former Super Bowl champs.
Nice.
Kenneth Walker's return.
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker's return. Going up against the 12th man.
He'll get a reception.
See what the Chiefs are made of that night.
Yep.
Yeah. I got week 1 against the Broncos. Primetime football, start of the year. Show me you're still the dynasty.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Las Vegas, fellas. So projected 5.5 wins. They've got the 7th hardest schedule. Not a whole lot of highlights. Week 1 versus Miami. The debut of Fernando Mendoza, maybe. Week 4 against Kansas City. The Raiders have never beaten the Chiefs at Allegiant Stadium. Never. Since the stadium has existed. Never. Weeks 5 to 11. Pats, Bills, Rams, Jets, 49ers, Seahawks, Broncos. What's your guys' highlight?
Mine's week 4 at home against the Chiefs.
I mean, yeah.
I think that's when you know if you can compete or back to the drawing board again.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
You never won at Allegiant Stadium versus the Chiefs. This is the game.
You gotta win.
You gotta win.
You gotta win for the sake of your stadium and your organization.
Because most of the time the stadium's just filled with Chiefs fans.
Yeah, which is the case where they play anybody.
You got to take the home back.
I want to see some black jerseys, black and silver white jerseys with Mendoza on the back and Bowers and like maybe like a couple other guys on there, Max Crosby jerseys. Like get some spirit going into that building.
Yeah.
What's your must watch?
I got week 1 at home against the Dolphins. Likely Mendoza's debut. We get to see him, or if it's not and it's Cousins, then it makes a crazy storyline. Why are they benching the number 1 overall pick? And then it gets crazier. But I think and Clint Kubiak, that's gonna be his first game. So it's gonna be huge for them. Max Crosby coming off an injury, coming back to town. So that's my must watch.
No, I'll go with you on that one. I think week 1 seeing if it is the debut for Fernando Mendoza. And it's like, that is a pretty easy debutable game.
Yeah, that's
So
very winnable for them.
That's a winnable game for them if they want to roll them out to the crowd. But it'll be good. I mean, you got some firepower there. You got Genty, you got Bowers. You got a big offseason with the signings you did with Linderbaum and all these other guys. I think they can win that.
And
game.
you also rebuilt that defense.
And they rebuilt that defense. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with week 1 against the Miami Dolphins. The Los Angeles Chargers, fellas. Great work, by the way, on the schedule release.
Oh yeah, that was
That was one of the best ones.
That was probably the best one.
The social media team for the Chargers is undefeated. They are phenomenal. They've got them projected at 10.5 wins. 9th hardest schedule. Week 1 and 2, they're back-to-back home games against the Cardinals and the Raiders. So they won't be traveling a whole lot. Week 3, they're in Buffalo. Week 4, Seattle. Week 12, New England. Sunday Night Football, rematch of last year's playoff blowout. Week 15 is San Francisco. Thursday Night Football. Is this finally the year the Chargers win the AFC West?
I would say no. I think it's going to be hard to knock off the Broncos and the Chiefs in this division.
Really? Interesting. You have Mike McDaniel calling the plays now.
I think this is their window to do it, though.
Yeah.
If you have Knicks and Mahomes coming off injuries and Mendoza, a new QB, and you've already built your system with Harbaugh, Herbert, Joe Alt.
Yeah, you got to win.
Bring in Mike McDaniel.
It seems like it's the time
you have
to make some noise.
There's not many.
He's another quarterback you can put in that list in the
window was wide open. Yeah.
There's like 4 of them all in that conference, AFC, right behind Mahomes, that haven't won it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this is the year for them if they're going to do it. What's your most watched or must-watch game?
For me, I got Week 12 versus the Patriots, Sunday Night Football. I think
that's the blowout. Yep.
That's a rematch. They got to prove that they can beat the Patriots.
I got week 6 at Arrowhead versus the Chiefs. I think that's a big test for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be. I think any divisional game for these guys is incredibly important. I'll go out of the division. I'll go week 4 against the defending champs, Seattle Seahawks. I think that's going to be a true test to see what type of team they are. If they can go down to Seattle, if they can take care of the defending champs, then now you're making some noise, and you're making some noise around that 1 month mark where teams start to feel like, okay, I can start to pull away from some things. But if they start losing these first, like Cardinals, Raiders are must wins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Like there's no if and or but about they have to win those
and
games.
they're at home.
Like you got to go into Seattle ideally 3-0. But if not, 3-0, 2-1.
You can also pick January the 3rd in LA versus the Rams. Battle for SoFi Stadium.
Oh, that is true. They are battling.
Both the home teams.
Which home team? Yeah, who's got home field
they're
advantage?
saying the Rams are the home team for that game.
Lovely stuff. Moving on to the NFC East and my Dallas Cowboys. They have a fucking brutal schedule, I think, in my opinion. Like they come back from
not the worst in the division though.
No, but they go Giants week 1, Sunday Night Football. Week 3 they're going in Brazil. Week 5, they're going Thursday Night Football against Tampa Bay. Week 6 is Green Bay, Sunday Night Football in Green Bay. You got Philadelphia week 7. Week 12, you're going against the Eagles again for Thanksgiving. And then week 13, Seattle, Monday Night Football. I will be in attendance. Jerry, I'm very excited to see Mr. Jones.
Oh, you're allowed to go that day.
I'm allowed to go that day. I'm supposed to be going to the preseason game, but my niece decided to be hosting a birthday. Guys, if your child is born on a day, there needs to be a limit on how much the window is that a birthday party can happen. It cannot extend over 14 days.
Can we rewind this all the way back to one of the early podcasts?
When I said, yeah, we'll just go. And she's 1 year old. She's not going to remember anything. Fuck. All right. Dak Prescott needs just 5 touchdown passes to pass Tony Romo as the all-time Cowboys touchdown leader. I mean, should happen by week 2, maybe week 1. Let's cook it up here, Dak.
Come on.
Come on.
Week one.
Come on. Torch those Giants. Like Dak Prescott becoming the Cowboys' all-time touchdown leader. My question I have here is, what does this mean for his legacy in Dallas? I'll let you two answer before I give my take.
He's got to make the playoffs and do something.
He's going to win.
He's got to win the
He's got to win a
playoffs.
ring.
He's got to make the playoffs and win.
If he wins a ring, he's the greatest Cowboy of all time for quarterback.
Yeah, I'd probably say that.
He just needs one. I know Aikman. I love it. There's nobody out there that loves and reveres Aikman more than I do. I love him, and I have never watched him play in his prime. I never watched him play.
Well, it's been a very long time.
It has been a very long time. But if Dak Prescott, Dakota Rain Prescott, who is the third highest SEC, like he got the third highest, he's like the third in SEC touchdowns or yards, or the fourth in, third in all-time SEC touchdowns for quarterback, fourth in all-time yards. Leading Cowboys all-time touchdown leader. And brings a ring to the Dallas Cowboys. He's the greatest Cowboy in history when it comes to quarterback position. Love him or hate him, if he can bring a ring.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
There's no, in terms of his legacy, I think it's great. I think it's phenomenal that he's the all-time touchdown leader. I will celebrate. I will be so happy. I might even buy a white Dak Prescott jersey. I will be so happy.
But that's nothing if you don't bring a ring.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about no Tony Romo. Like, I don't care. I have no.
Oh yeah, he'll pass him in the rankings.
But like, I don't
Just off
have.
that.
I don't have like any. Like,
He's already passed Tony Romo.
Yeah, I think he has.
like
too.
Tony Romo was great.
Yeah.
And Tony Romo was fantastic with what he had. And Tony Romo's team may have let him down in certain points. Tony Romo also made a shit ton of mistakes, and he whatever. But my thing is, Tony Romo never won a ring. And that's why I think it's like, when it comes to these sort of things, like, you can be a great quarterback and you can never win a ring. Cool. But you will just never be in that class.
Yeah, 100% agree with that.
You will just never, like, you could be, like, people can argue right now and be like, Tony Romo's so great. He did this, he did that. He's a great football mind. Look at him analyzing stuff. He's so awesome. 100% agree with you. Cam Newton, fantastic. Great player. Didn't win a ring.
Dan Marino didn't win a ring.
Didn't win a ring.
He's one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, didn't win a ring. And I think that's what it takes. Like, it takes that ring to go to the next level, especially if you're the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But my boy, he's freshly single. He's going to be whipping his dick around different road games. He's going to be going to Rio de Janeiro.
Oh,
That's
going to be a problem.
That boy is going to be
single around Brazilian
that
women.
boy is going to be.
Goddamn.
He's going to be bricked up. He's going to be bricked up in New York week 1, and he's going to be bricked up.
Is that going to make or break his season now?
It might break it on.
he might come back with some sort of STDs. I might be a little concerned.
And then he's got to go to Tampa Bay. Oh man.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna be crazy. Fellas, must watch game. I'll go last.
I'll go first. I got the game that you're going to, week 13, against the defending champs, Monday Night Football, Seattle.
There you go.
I got week 7 in Philadelphia.
I'm gonna go Green Bay, week 6. I don't want to tie anymore. I don't want to tie. I'm sick of ties. I don't wear no ties.
Those are big weeks then. Week 6 and 7.
Remember him from last year?
I don't wear no fucking tie.
Oh,
I will ridicule any casual Packers fan I see in person. You know, I want week 6, get it done. I might go to Lambeau Field. I might streak. I might run around the field if they tie again. My God, I just want to see Micah Parsons. Like, pan the camera to Micah Parsons.
On a scooter, like that release video they had?
That was last season with Micah Parsons. This season, you're back on the Micah Parsons.
I want Micah Parsons to suffer, KK. I want him to suffer. And I want him banned from Dallas.
The Cowboys
events.
can't think that way, that they want Micah Parsons.
Oh, no.
They got to worry about, let's get these wins.
No, they can't. Jerry can, and I can. Jerry's probably sitting there drinking his Blue Label. Now, my God, if we don't take care of that boy Micah. Or no, actually, he wouldn't call him Michael. He'd call, if we don't take care of that boy Michael, you know what I'm saying? Steven, we got to go down there and take care of business. We can't be fucking tying this motherfucker. I'm sorry, my accent started turning into
Jerry Jones isn't going to Green Bay.
No, he probably won't.
No, he's not.
They don't have nice seats.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "What the fuck's this shit?"
It's cold.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be like, "Nope, I'm staying home. I'm gonna sit in the empty AT&T Stadium.
Yeah.
Put it on the jumbotron, Steven. Put the game on the jumbotron." Yeah, great, Dallas. All right, we're done with the division. No, I joke. The Giants, they've got them projected at 7.5 wins. Their games, obviously, they play the Cowboys opening week. LA Rams week 2. In LA, Washington week 10, Thursday night football, Detroit Monday night football in Detroit on week 16. Week 18, they close off with Philly. John Harbaugh takes over the Giants with Jackson Dart. Is this the most exciting thing to happen to the Giants in over a decade?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because they went through years with Daniel Jones, and that was shitty.
Well,
They're finally moving on.
They had
from Eli Manning.
Saquon, but at the same time, they also had Daniel Jones, so it kind of negated.
But now they got a QB and a running back with some swag.
And a receiver.
They got a swagged out guy, and they got Arvell Reese. They got Francis Mauanoa, who said he'd die for Jackson Dart. You got Malik Neighbors in the cut.
But I was reading something today that Malik Neighbors needs another knee surgery.
Yeah, I saw that too, that they're worried about his injuries
about his
might be
injury.
worse than what they anticipated.
But you got a great coach coming in there.
Yeah, and now they got Harbaugh. Yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting year for the Giants. It's going to be finally like watchable football, I'd say. You can actually enjoy seeing their team.
It all starts
compete.
with I guess my game first week 1 against the Cowboys.
That's the game that I have too. It's week 1 against Dallas.
Maybe we'll
that's pretty much a measuring stick.
Maybe
right
we
there.
do a little pod during the game. Maybe we do a little live.
Maybe
Maybe it's a little live reaction. Maybe we do a pod after the game. Or who knows? It can be a live reaction.
That's Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football. It could be a beautiful thing. It could
or it could be an upset where there is no podcast.
Just shut up.
I mean, we could see Odell Beckham come back and
shut up,
both
both of
two
you.
fingers.
All right, that's enough. We're not listening to your memorable game. We're moving on to the Eagles. You have upset me greatly with this.
So you're not going to pick a memorable game, or is that it?
That's be it.
Yeah, that must be you can say like a week. I mean, maybe like
Are they playing Baltimore too?
No. You could say like week 16 against Detroit. Like that can be like something like, okay, that's a testing game. You're playing Monday night. You're in Detroit.
I think the testing games are off the bat. Week 1.
Week 1, week 2 too. Like week 2 is big.
Yeah, week 2 is huge.
Because you're going on the road against the Rams on Monday Night Football. You don't want to be in the hole early. You know Mr. Harbaugh is going to be having dinner with his brother on Sunday. Just going chopping up the chops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I got. All right, Philly, 10.5 wins projected from DraftKings. Week 1, they're playing Washington. Week 3, they're playing Chicago. Monday Night Football, Jalen Hurts versus Caleb Williams. Week 5, Jacksonville and London. Week 7, Dallas. Week 12, Dallas. Week 15, Seattle. It's week 17, San Francisco. The Eagles host the Seahawks in week 15. The Seahawks have won the last 9 of 10 meetings against them. Do you think Jalen Hurts finally breaks that streak, and does Philly hold on to the NFC East, or do you see the Cowboys or another team take them off?
I see the Cowboys taking them off. I see the Giants
This is beautiful.
jumping ahead of them.
I could kiss your bald head.
I think the Eagles might be last in the division.
I could kiss you both on the head. What a beautiful couple.
I'd go with second last after what we're going to talk about next.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no one has faith in the Commanders. Nobody has faith in them.
What's your guys' must-watch game?
I got the game against the Cowboys. That's the best rivalry. One of the best rivalries in sports. Week 7, Monday Night Football.
That's
best
a statement game for them. You lose that game, you might be depressed, and everybody in Philly is like finished.
You're gonna have to get like a bunch of bunnies,
Big dogs running around the place with bunnies, and just It could be beautiful. It could be beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna say Dallas. You can take your pick, but I think Week 7 is the most important game coming from a Cowboys fan. You can set the tone going into Week 12.
That is the most important game for an Eagle fan.
You are close enough to the trade deadline where you can result in some crazy things happening. So Week 7, I think, is must watch there. Now the Commanders, who nobody seems to really care about. Week 1, Philly. Week 2, Dallas. They're on the road for both those games. Week 3, Seattle.
That's a season right there. That's why.
Oh man,
That's a wrap. All right. Cool.
When I was looking that up,
nice.
I'm like, wait, Week 1, they could already be done by like Week 4.
Week 4, they get to play Indianapolis and London. Week 8, they play Philadelphia, Sunday Night Football. Week 11, Cincinnati, Monday Night Football. That'll be fun, I guess. That'll be a fun time.
I wonder how badly they're blaming the schedule makers on this one right now.
I think Dan Quinn's on the hot seat quietly. And if he starts the season 0-2 or 0-3, is his job already in danger?
No, not if you're losing to those 3 teams right off the bat. Now, if you
I
lose
don't
Week
think
4
so.
to Indy,
Yeah.
then the hot seat starts to show up. Like,
I don't know, because like even later on in their schedule, they do have some easier teams:
Well, like-
Cardinals, Titans, Falcons, Vikings.
But as an ownership group, what are you attributing this to? Is it poor roster construction?
I
Then you
think
gotta fire.
so.
Then you got to fire the GM. You got to get rid of the GM. Like if it's poor roster construction, you feel like you haven't constructed the roster properly, then that's what you got to do. So remind me who? Oh, they took Sonny Styles.
Yeah,
Yes. That will be a good player for them.
I mean, they had was it the oldest team they lost?
They
to,
had a
right?
bunch of old guys, and it did not work out well for them. Listen, Dan Quinn spent a lot of time in Dallas. It was a great
I
job.
could see Dan Quinn getting fired now.
I can see it. I
Yeah.
can see him. My thing is,
Especially when you got like Sonny Styles on one side, Jaden Downs on the other, and you can do a quick fix, quick rebuild for that team.
but it's also like I don't think the GM is going to fire himself. So if I'm the GM, I'm going to fire
I
I'm
think-
going to
yeah.
fire the coach first and be like, oh, it's the coach's fault, and then move on to other things. And then if it's the second coach can't get it done, then it might be a whole cleaning of the house.
could be.
But yeah, I mean, must watch, guys.
I got Week 1 against Philly
Okay.
going into Philadelphia. That's a big game for them.
No, I've got Week 1, 2, and 3. Like, are they going to get a W in one of those weeks?
I will say I'll give Week 4 Indianapolis. I think if they've had a rough stretch and then they end up getting absolutely cratered in Week 4 in London, sipping their high tea. I think they're.
Dan Quinn gets fired
I
in
think-
London.
I think they leave
They
Dan
leave him
Quinn
in
on.
London?
They leave him in
Do
London.
the Lane Kiffin,
Yeah.
stay there.
Yeah,
Is
you
it
stay
the
there.
new coaching trend?
Yeah, you stay
Yeah.
there. We're gonna go on
We'll
without you.
save on airfare miles.
Exactly. NFC North, fellas, the Chicago Bears. Week 3, Philadelphia. They have the hardest schedule in the NFL. Week 3, Philadelphia Eagles, Monday Night Football. Jalen Hurts, Caleb Williams. It's all the makings to be fantastic. Week 7 and 9, you got the Patriots, Thursday Night Football. They're in Seattle for Monday Night Football. And then you have Tampa Bay, Sunday Night Football. 3 straight primetime games for the Chicago Bears. Week 12, Detroit for Thanksgiving. Week 15 in Buffalo for Sunday Night Football. And week 16, Green Bay, Christmas on Netflix. Magical stuff from the NFL schedule makers. I mean, fellas, there's a lot to pick from for must watch. What do you guys have?
I got Week 8 Monday night in Seattle. I think that's a huge test for Caleb Williams going up against that Seahawks defense.
Seahawks play a lot on a Monday.
I think they got the most primetime games.
They
Super
have,
Bowl champs.
One of the most. I actually know the Rams have the most this year.
yeah, but they have a lot of Monday night games. That's interesting. Like
Yeah.
they're giving a lot of Monday night games for the Seahawks. Listen, For me, I think Thanksgiving, it's tough. Like for me, it's like week 16 against Green Bay has to be it. But Detroit was right there. So I'm going to go week 16, Green Bay, Christmas, Netflix. Shout out Netflix. It's going to be a magical time. What about you, KK?
Is it,
Oh, you already got
Seattle.
Okay.
Did you already give yours?
No, I was gonna say Green Bay as well, but I got them week 5 of them going into Lambeau Field.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, it'll be good. They got rid of DJ Moore, that domestic terrorist. The Detroit Lions, KK's Lions. 12.1 wins, says Mike Clay. That's the highest.
That's awesome.
That's the highest projected total in the NFL. 6th easiest schedule. I can see why he says.
Why.
Week 2, Buffalo. Thursday Night Football, first game in New Highmark Stadium. Week 10 versus New England, Munich, Germany. Amon-Ra St. Brown's homecoming. Week 12, Chicago Bears, Thanksgiving. Ben Johnson returns. Week 15 in Minnesota for Sunday Night Football. Week 17 in Chicago. And Week 18 in Green Bay, possibly the NFC North title game. Which game do you have, Love Machine, for your Detroit
I got
Lions?
week 2, Thursday night in Buffalo.
Yeah.
That's the big one. Highmark Stadium, spoiler show.
Yeah, well, that's what you're looking to do, right? What about you, Matt? What do you have here?
I got the week 17 matchup against the Bears in Chicago. I think that's going to be an indoor team in Detroit. Your Lions going to outdoor cold Chicago, week 17.
I'll go Thanksgiving. For this one. I was going to pick it for the last one. Ben Johnson coming home. I think he's a business like usual dude, but it'll be interesting to see how Detroit responds this year, and who's calling the plays, and with stop going down and out for it on every single fourth down.
Yeah.
Maybe, and we'll be into something here. Now the Cheeseheads, the Green Bay Packers, the week 1 Minnesota Vikings, week 5 Chicago Bears, week 6 Dallas Cowboys, week 12 LA Rams, Wednesday night Thanksgiving Eve, week 16 in Chicago, week 18 versus Detroit. Wow. Like they've got a plethora to pick from. Obviously, you guys know what I'm gonna pick. I'm picking that week 6 versus Dallas Sunday Night Football.
That's actually the game I was going to pick too. Because I think for Love, I think it's a test for him. Yep. I think that defense has changed a lot from what he saw last year.
Yeah, give me that ball.
And so now he's got a tough matchup now.
If they could only tie us, they couldn't even beat us. They
really got to change that rule.
They tied us with Matt Eberflus's defense. Tied. Christian Parker in the cut, ladies and gentlemen. There's been I got this email the other day, and it's like, wow, gee, I'm very impressed by your composure on the podcast. It was like one of my former university professors who somehow found this. He's like, gee, I'm very impressed with your composure on the podcast. You bring such a calm energy. It's very calm, and it's very nice to listen to your takes. It was very refreshing to listen to your takes. He must not have heard how we are when the NFL and college football begins. Because I'm here to tell you, Christian Parker is about to schlong his dick across Micah Parsons' face and Jordan Love's face and that Frenchman LaFleur's face when Green Bay plays Dallas. There's no chance in hell Dallas loses that game. It's going to be a massive beatdown. And the funniest thing is Green Bay's at home, so it's going to be great. And to my brother-in-law, who's a Packers fan, fuck you.
Should make a bet.
I guarantee you will.
Yeah.
Last time my phone died in the middle, I was gonna make him hear it. Like, it was bad. I was gonna make him hear it every single time the Cowboys did something good. But that is what it is. That is a good contender. I do think if I had to pick something else, just outside of that week 6 game, I'd probably say the LA Rams. Week 12.
I got week 16 Xmas versus the Bears.
That will be big.
I think the loser of that game probably doesn't make the playoffs.
Ooh.
Whew. Okay.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Merry Christmas from Love Machine KK. Ho, ho, ho. Bring on the hose.
And go Bears.
Oh, you just hate on the Packers, huh? I
Hey.
feel
Well,
like
I
the
mean,
whole division.
one of
already
each
does.
one, right?
He's embodying it finally. He's
Oh, but the whole
finally-
division hates. He's a Lions fan.
He's
The whole
finally
division hates
coming.
the Packers.
He's finally coming into his own. He's starting to build hatred.
Well,
towards-
I could say go Packers because Lions might have it easier against the Packers than the Bears.
Could, yeah.
That is true. Finally, the team that probably will be just there as a participation trophy, but you never know. The Minnesota Vikings. The week 1 against Green Bay, week 2 against Chicago, week 9 Buffalo, Monday Night Football, week 10 Green Bay, Sunday Night Football, week 11 San Francisco and Mexico City, and week 15 Detroit, Sunday Night Football. I think the biggest thing is obviously Kyler Murray going in. You got Bills week 9 Monday night game. You got Justin Jefferson versus Josh Allen prime time. Do you think there's a chance for the Vikings to make the playoffs? Like, do you think
Yes.
there's a sneaky chance for them to do
Yes,
something?
because they were there last year. They weren't that far off.
Yeah.
Now they got a
No.
quarterback.
But
I don't think there's
You
a
see
chance
it?
at all.
now
I
you
see
said there's a chance. Which quarterback is there a
Kyler
chance?
Murray.
Okay.
No,
You were very
Kyler
quick.
Murray.
you know what I think is going to happen? I think halfway through the year they're going to implode and they're going to put in McCarthy.
I think
they're going to
they.
get pissed off at Kyler Murray's play, and then
I would say
They're gonna
they
put
would
in
have to
McCarthy.
do that if it was the old GM still, because the GM probably wants to make his draft pick look very good. But once you fire a GM, it's very easy for the new GM to go in there and be like, well, I didn't make the fucking pick. Right? Like they could
Yeah.
implode. They could implode with Kyler Murray, put in JJ McCarthy, implode even harder, and be in the sweepstakes to go and draft a quarterback next year in the draft. That's just a reality of it. Because once you got a new guy in, the new guy is just going to be like, hey, sir, love you and all, but I didn't make the JJ McCarthy pick. I wasn't even here.
yeah.
It was the other guy.
Well, we could find out early this season because I got week 2 in Chicago.
That's your game to watch?
That's my game. Are you a playoff team? Are you a contender in that division? Or are you?
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Or you just
that's
rock
fair.
bottom?
That's fair. What about you,
I
Matt?
got week 15 against the Lions.
Matt has no interest in watching Vikings football.
Not really.
You should
I
see
kinda-
him now. He
yeah.
has no interest in this fucking
It
team.
was tough for me to pick a game, so I just saw prime time. They're hosting Detroit.
There you
I
go.
thought they might be raising Adrian Peterson's, number 28.
Oh, there you
He's one
go.
of my favorite players, so
There
that's
you
it.
go. There it is. Yeah.
I don't know if it's that
Matt
week.
once drafted
but-
Adrian Peterson in fantasy football, and then
I did, and then he beat his kid.
Yeah. How dare he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Beat
had him for like 2 weeks. Yeah, I picked him first overall. It was great.
Jeez Louise.
No, I take that back. I hope they fucking lose. Fuck that.
I just reminded him of past
Yeah.
decisions with Adrian Peterson. He's like, fuck
Brutal.
it. Fuck it. Moving on, fellas, to the NFC South. How about them Atlanta Falcons, man? Yeah, shout out to Atlanta. Lots of love coming in from Atlanta. Atlanta is our most emerging market of cities that have been listening to the podcast. I think it's all the times I keep saying Magic City and Wings. It's just triggering the algorithms that people are starting to listen. But hey, if you are from Atlanta and you want the Red Zone Blitz to come wear some Atlanta Falcons merch, wear that red down there. Get in touch with us, Atlanta Falcons. redzoneblitzpodcast at gmail.com. Bring the boys from Canada down for a little weekend. You
Run
know
to
what I'm saying?
Atlanta.
Hey, man.
Let's go.
We'll
We'll
be,
bring the Iceman.
we'll be magical. It'll be magical. Atlanta's schedule week 1 in Pittsburgh, weeks 3 to 5. They got primetime games. Hello, how are you? Thursday night football against Green Bay. Monday night football against New Orleans. Baltimore, Sunday night football. And week 9 against Cincinnati in Madrid, Spain. Week 14 against Cleveland. We talked about it, Stefanski's return. Can Stefanski turn Atlanta around? I mean, he did win 2 Coach of the Year awards in Cleveland. Can he rally the troops in Atlanta, fellas?
I think he can. That's such a close division. Last year, they were maybe not the best offensive team, but after like a year of kind of trying to get it together, at the end of the year, they were doing well. They just focused with Bijan. Stefanski's a defensive guy, so he just, get James Pierce, whatever, to make sure he's focused on football, get that defense up and running.
James Pierce is an idiot. He's
come on, man, you gotta have faith in Atlanta.
Well, I do.
It's going to be tough for Atlanta because of the quarterback situation.
But I think that yes and no, because I think it could be a fresh start for Tua and a fresh start for that offense. But it's like one of the easier divisions.
I think for them to do well, B. John's got to have an MVP type of performance.
Yeah.
It's all about the dogs. And to your point, James Pierce is an idiot, but he's a good football player when he wants to be. And listen, everybody goes through things. And sometimes, like, you know what? You're going through things in your personal life. And when you get to work, you're still thinking about stuff that's going on in your personal life. And you mess up at work as a result of it. Now, obviously, the mess ups that James Pierce did are at a very extreme exaggeration of what I'm trying to say. Now, with this behind him and this chapter behind him, it's time to start rolling here, buddy. Just like Matt said, it's time to focus. It's time. Let's get going here. Drake London, pretty boy Drake, Iceman. It's time to go. Like we gotta start playing. All like Darnell Mooney, if he's still on the team, we got to start playing. Michael Penix, we got to start playing. Right now is the time. They don't have time to wait. Because let me tell you, if they go scorched earth on this thing and they blow this team up, only Bijan Robinson will be the one that's left.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
None of you fuckers are going to have a job.
Yeah. Probably not even the coach.
No. Everybody from the GM to the coach and to everybody else, like everybody has to be dialed in. They cannot afford to punt the season. They cannot New York Jets or Miami Dolphins this. This is not this is completely different.
Because at the end of the day, it'll be like New York Giants. Like it could be like a Barkley situation. Bijan might just say to them,
"But what's the point
done.
of keeping B? Like that's the thing. It's like
you're gonna ruin his
if
career.
you're just gonna punt it and like you're just gonna shit the bed year after year after year, go get your assets that you can from a Bijan Robinson trade. Go trade him.
But he might ask for that trade.
And he might ask for a trade. He might ask for a release. I know he loves playing there. I know he's a great dude. It's phenomenal, like off field guy as well. But at a certain point, you got to realize what you're doing here. And I have all the faith in Matt Ryan. I really like they brought in Matt Ryan. I think that is important because Atlanta isn't. You got to bring in a guy from Atlanta that knows what Atlanta is all about.
I can see him come out of retirement too.
Oh dear. Oh jeez.
No.
Moving on.
Hey,
He's not KK. He's not.
He's
Phil
a great
Rivers.
quarterback.
It's not fucking. Look at what you did, Indianapolis. Look at what you fucking did.
Hey,
with your,
Philip Rivers can come back.
exactly.
Matt Ryan can come back.
Look what you did, Colts. You brought back Philip Rivers, and now KK has a dream of Matt Ryan playing
The
football.
difference
again.
is though, Philip Rivers has a shit ton of kids. He's got to pay for
That is true.
colleges.
That is true.
So
That is true. What's your guys' must-watch game here, fellas?
I think such a close division. I got week 17 against the Saints.
Okay, I'll go week 4 against the Saints. Yeah.
I got week 8 in Tampa Bay.
Okay, so all divisional games.
All
Yep.
divisional
Yep,
games.
That
yeah.
checks out. That checks out. Speaking of their next division counterpart, the Carolina Panthers. Week 1, Chicago, Bryce Young versus Caleb Williams. Week 4, Detroit, Sunday Night Football. Week 8, Green Bay, Thursday Night Football. Week 11, Baltimore Ravens. Week 17 against the Super Bowl champs. Okay. Week 1, Bryce Young versus Caleb Williams. The Panthers traded the pick that became Williams to get Young. So just for like a little context there. How do you see that trade going so far? Like, do you think they won the trade?
I think the Bears won the trade so far based off the recent playoff success that Chicago's had. That was also, so I'll start early by saying that's my must-watch game for Carolina
Week 1?
this year. Would be week 1.
I mean, I'm proud of little Carolina for getting their little primetime games. So I'm gonna go Detroit Sunday Night Football. I think that I'm so proud of them. Look at them, those little guys.
Sunday night.
Look at them getting these Sunday night games.
And
I got the Panthers in Tampa Bay on week 12 Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I mean that's late enough in the year.
Another division game as well.
You need a win. And the New Orleans Saints, they're going to be playing week 1 against Detroit, week 2 against Baltimore, week 4 against Atlanta Falcons, the Dome coming anniversary game. Week 7, the Pittsburgh Steelers in France. Weeks 14 to 18 are 4 NFC South games to close over the year. I would say the Saints, I would give them like, I would say week 4 against Atlanta. I know they're starting off hard with Detroit and Baltimore. Those are tough openers for 1-2, but like that Atlanta game should be somewhere where they can kind of like show off who they are. And then it's one time, like it's a big divisional game as well.
Yeah. I got that for week 10 at home versus the Panthers.
Okay. Yep.
Very similar, like
Divisional game.
See where you are.
Yep.
Yeah, I got another divisional game, week 15 near the end of the year against the Bucks. Also just kind of kick starts. They got Cardinals, Falcons, and then Bucks again. So
yeah, I mean it's this division will be probably once again neck and neck again. You're going to see teams very, very close all the way to the end. And the final team in this division, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, week 1 against Cincinnati on the road. Week 9, Chicago Bears, Sunday Night Football. Week 12, Carolina Panthers, Monday Night Football. And week 17, LA Rams. Okay, this is going to sound crazy. Is it weird for Bucs fans to be having Super Bowl aspirations?
yeah, maybe a little bit.
Like, is there a shot? Like, do you think they have a shot at
No, I don't think you have a shot in the NFC. Too many big guns on that.
It wasn't even like, yeah,
No.
You got Rams,
No
even
love.
the 49ers. And you got Lions, the Bears.
the Cowboys.
This guy's got no love for
No love.
the Bucks.
No love for the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
What's your guys' must-watch game for Baker and company?
I got that Bears matchup on Sunday Night Football.
Okay. Yeah.
I-
Week
I-
9?
Yeah.
I got at home versus the Panthers in week 12.
Okay, I'm going to go
Yeah.
week 1. Cincinnati. If they can come out of that game without suffering a major injury to one of their key players, that will be great. And also, we'll get to see what this team looks like with no Mike Evans' presence at all on the team. So it'll be interesting. I'll say week 1. Let's see how they start off the season. And Mr. Baker throws another pick. NFC West, our final division to wrap up this episode, guys. We got the Arizona Cardinals. Your boy Jeremiah Love. It's Love Country. Week 1 against the Chargers. Week 2 against the Seahawks. Week 3 against San Francisco. That's lottery season already by week 4. Week 5, they go and play the Lions. Week 6, they get to play the Rams. Week 9, they get to play Seattle again. And then week 18 in San Francisco's season finale. Congratulations, Arizona. You're picking number 1 overall next year. Like, congrats. A must-watch game. I mean, I will say week 1, Jeremiah Love's debut, if you're a Cardinals fan. Everything else will be pain.
Yeah.
It is going to be painful this year. Sorry, guys. It will be very, very painful.
I got week 9 in Seattle.
Okay.
Maybe I end up there watching Jeremiah Love.
Oh,
Wow. Look at you.
Oh, the only guy in a Cardinals jersey for miles.
Yeah.
For miles. No, but you have to wear his Notre Dame jersey. You can't don the ugly Arizona red and then have your conflicting
Oh, this
Detroit
guy loves
blue.
red, though. Are you kidding
I love
me?
it.
He's dressed in red right now.
Yeah, and in the red zone blitz he had the hoodie in Pittsburgh.
I guess that is true. We could just take off the logo. Like, we could just like screen print our logo on top of the Cardinal logo, and it can just be a Jeremiah Love.
I just want to apologize to any Arizona Cardinal, anybody working for them, because they're probably so mad.
Yeah, we could do something with Jeremiah Love. Hey, I got this guy got a lot of love from Lions fans. He's built up himself a solid fan base. I don't want him squandering his fan base. I don't want him squandering his fan base for Mr. Jeremiah Love. So just be very cognizant of that, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna go week 1. You went week 9. What do you got?
I got week 18. Last game against
It's
the
over.
49ers. Are you they going to get the first overall pick?
It's over.
That's it. That's the game.
Matthew's just gonna be shaking hands, going, "Congratulations, it's over."
But hey,
Thank you.
if they
You
get
made it.
if they get Manning, you going to buy a Arch Manning?
No, absolutely.
Why not? You get Arch Manning, you got Jeremiah Love?
No.
Yeah,
I
I
don't-
that. No, we got new Cardinal
Guys,
fans.
we're new Cardinals fans.
We got Cardinal fans now.
No, first of all,
You guys can go rise up or
First
whatever
of
they
all,
say.
first
Rise
of
up
all,
C. Or
first of
whatever
all,
the
what
Red
is their
Sea.
what do they speak like? What's their
Red
like?
Sea.
What's their thing they do? They go like no, that's
Red
not a
Sea.
sound a cardinal makes.
Okay. I don't know what they make.
So let's just reel it back for a second. First of all, these players are not being just placed on the earth to play Cardinals football. You know, they came from a college. You can just buy the college jersey. And you don't need to support the ludicrousy that is the Arizona. No, you don't need to do that. I also love the Arizona Cardinals. If you're interested in bringing us down as a part of your Snowbird program, we'd be very happy to talk about that on the podcast. So get our line, redzoneblitzpodcast@gmail.com. All of this is for entertainment purposes. I could easily change my tone about the Arizona Cardinals very quickly. If I got to play some golf in Arizona and go down there, it'd be a fabulous time. But yeah, it's going to be a very brutal season. Cardinals fans, get ready to get the number 1 pick. That's all I have to say. Also, I don't think Arch Manning is going to go number 1 next year. Dante Moore, congratulations.
Really?
You're going to Arizona.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Arch Manning might go to the New York Jets.
I don't think Arch is going to go number 1. I don't
You think Arch is going to go to the draft?
know. I don't think so. I think he's going to go another year. Why would you not? Like you're
Yeah,
Well, this
he,
whole
he
NIL.
shouldn't go to the draft next year.
you're making so much money, and then you're also like
Yeah.
you're making so much money, and then you're also like you're living in Austin, Texas, and you're the starting quarterback for the Texas Longhorns, and you can never get it back.
Biggest city without a sports team.
Yeah,
And
like what are you gonna do? Like
Pro sports team.
you can't go back in your life and be like living that again. So it's like
Yeah.
you only have one chance to live it.
But what he has is he has like a family that can help him make those decisions.
But I also think
Yeah.
him going in the draft this year, where it's crowded with quarterbacks, and then him waiting the year after to go.
I can see that happening.
and he's the lone.
can see it.
He's
Depends
the.
how much NIL money, right?
Oh, I don't even think he needs money. That's the thing. Like I don't
I don't
think.
think it's that line. I think whether he decides if he's ready or not.
I think it's I think it's a lifestyle
Could be.
thing of like if they have unfinished business in Texas, I think he's gonna go back.
Could be. Yeah.
But I also think it's also like, does he want to be the number 1 belle of the ball, or does he want to be crowded and like pitted against other players? So it'll be interesting. Speaking of interesting, the LA Rams, drafters of one Ty Simpson, they are opening the season in Melbourne, Australia, versus the 49ers. Week 2, they get the New York Giants. Week 3, Denver, Sunday Night Football. Week 5, Buffalo Bills, Monday Night Football. Okay. What is going on, and why is there so many primetime games for the LA Rams?
That's what I said.
Because they're
They
from
have the most.
Hollywood, LA.
They have the most primetime games at any team. I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they have
Because then they play
5,
They
6,
play
7.
Thanksgiving Eve against the Packers, which is considered a primetime game.
They have like 7.
And then you get Seattle on Christmas, and then you get my God.
LA, Hollywood, prime time.
They're also the favorites to win the Super Bowl.
That's why. Bro.
That's also probably why.
That's probably, and they're hosting the Super Bowl at SoFi Stadium.
There you go.
So okay, I'm actively cheering against the LA Rams. I actively just do not want that to happen.
Super Bowl's at SoFi Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can have the Chargers and the Rams.
Yeah, why aren't the Chargers having primetime games?
Yeah, no, they said
But you can have the Chargers and Rams both playing the Super Bowl with each other.
They just get a good release video for their schedule. That's it.
dude, the Chargers and if the Chargers and Rams met in the Super Bowl,
That would be
That'd
funny.
be funny.
that would be
That'd be
wrong.
comedy.
And I don't know what I would. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. My pick here, guys. I'm going to go week 16. Actually, I'm going to go week 18 versus Seattle. I was going to go week 16, but I'll go week 18 versus Seattle because I think that might be for the division.
I got week 16 in Seattle.
Okay. All right.
Look at the opposite.
Okay.
I got like way opposite. I got week 5 versus Bills Monday Night Football.
Hey, that's going to be a good game. That's going to be a good game. 49ers, fellas, the electricity factory. Week 1 against the Rams, like we said. Week 5 against Seattle. Week 11 against Mexico City. 2 international games in different places. Week 12 against the Seahawks. Week 14 against the Rams. Week 17 against the Eagles. Sunday Night Football. The 49ers will travel over 38,000 miles this season. They're just trying to stay far away from their practice facility. Keep them as far as possible. They're the most injury-prone team, I think, year after year. They got a lot of guys coming back, like George Kittle coming back, Nick Bosa's coming back, Fred Warner's coming back. My pick here, which I think will be interesting, I will say Week 12 versus Seattle. I think that will be a test to see how they're doing in their division and how they're doing in the landscape of the playoffs, and I think we'll take it from there. Week 12, Seattle. What about you, fellas?
Give me week 1 against Rams in Australia.
Oh, nice.
I had week 12 as well in Seattle. It's a big test.
Beautiful.
A big win can potentially put them in a playoff or a wild card spot.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you. That's big time there. And finally, the last team, fellas, we did it. The last team, the Seattle Seahawks, week 1, New England Patriots Super Bowl rematch. Week 7, Kansas City Chiefs, Sunday Night Football. Week 8, Chicago Bears, Monday Night Football. Week 16, LA Rams, Christmas. Week 18, LA Rams, potentially for the NFC West title game. Let's hear those picks, fellas.
I got week 16 against the Rams on Christmas night. I think that's going to be a huge, might be division lead, might be division win. Primetime football, Christmas night.
I got week 18 because I flipped it around. That could be for the division, and they're playing in LA.
I mean, last year, remember all that chaos we saw?
Yeah.
Seahawks and Rams?
Oh, yeah.
Could see that again for all, like,
They
both
could
those
be
games.
going back to the Super Bowl in LA as well a few weeks later.
Well, you know what I'm gonna say. It's when Dallas is in town, baby. That's it. Ain't no party like a Dallas Cowboys party.
There'll be a lot of Cowboys fans.
Oh,
in
it's gonna
Seattle
be.
again.
We're gonna be
You're
barking.
going to go down there?
Oh yeah, I'll be barking. I'll be spending a lot of money paying for probably the new stadium section put up in the Lumen. We'll be. Maybe all 3 will be down there. Who knows? All 3 might be barking. We don't know yet. Fellas, wrapping this whole thing up. What's your guys' Super Bowl pick? Way too early Super Bowl pick.
Oh, way too early Super Bowl. Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, I think the Rams are a good pick right now,
Okay, you got
especially the odds that the bookkeepers are giving them. But
Rams Steelers. Dare I say?
I'd love that. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but
Matthew would adopt a child from a developing country of the Steelers, made it to the Super Bowl and won.
would I?
Yeah, he'd name him Mike.
I'm going with the Lions versus the Chiefs.
Okay, I'm going Cowboys Bills. It's a fabulous time. Now, I did ask you guys to pick one destination that is travelable, like that you would want to travel to. Which destination, which game, which is the most, you want to go out there, take a flight, go and check it out. Could be a game could be for a team that you're cheering for, could be for another team.
I'm going to go with the Lions week 2 in Buffalo.
Okay.
Highmark Stadium, the opening.
All right. Matt.
I've never spent like a Thanksgiving in America, but I would love to travel down Thursday
That would be fun.
and then catch the Black Friday game in Pittsburgh, Denver versus Pittsburgh.
You don't want to watch the Steelers play the Colts?
No.
You don't want to watch the Steelers play the Colts. Okay. All right. I'm going to go a little bit different. So my pick is going to be Saints Raiders, September 27th, because what you can do is you can go down there on the Friday, take the shuttle from New Orleans down to good old Baton Rouge, catch the night game. The Texas A&M Aggies play the LSU Tigers on Saturday. And then you get to go and watch the Saints possibly kill the Raiders, or maybe the other way around. And you get to watch Fernando Mendoza live in his rookie season, potentially. By then, he might be starting. Who knows? So I would say that one's a good travel incorporation of a variety of different things. That could be something. That could be something. Fellas, great episode. Any final thoughts to your teams, fan bases listening to you right now? We'll start with the Lions fans and KK.
Let's go Lions. Let's win the Super Bowl.
Any
First one.
Oh, wow. It's very direct.
In LA.
Very direct.
In Hollywood.
That would be something.
Against Matthew Stafford?
Oh,
no, you can't do that. They
division.
can't do that same
but in
conference.
Matthew Stafford's city.
Oh, yeah.
Jared Goff's former hometown.
Damn.
Where he started his career.
Hey, that was still a great trade.
Hey,
for both teams.
It worked out. What about you, Matt?
I just hope the Steelers put in Aller. I want to see it.
Okay.
I want to see him ball out.
Oh, listen to me, Cowboys fans.
Here comes the Cowboys little rant.
Listen
He's
to
already
me.
ranted
Listen to me.
this whole time.
Listen. They don't want us to win football games. They don't want.
Who's they?
The haters.
Who's they? You
the
always
haters,
say they.
The haters.
All of Philly and all of Green Bay.
All the haters out there. Stephen A. Smith included. Stephen. Listen, Cowboys fans. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be great. Dak Prescott's going to break some records. We have Caleb Downs on this defense. We have Christian Parker. He's going to come in there. He's going to put on the Cardis. The Christian Parker Cardis are going to go on his face. He's not going to disclose our defense to anybody, and we're going to take care of business. CeeDee Lamb is going to light it up. George Pickens is going to have a career year because why the hell not? Let's go sign Tyreek Hill in the middle of the season. Let's get the third Cheetah brother in Dallas. Let's completely lock it up. You know what? I hear the man's upset. He's been begging for his old team. He's going to his old team and he's like, please have me back. I'm ready. I can do this. OBJ, you're a Dallas Cowboy. Let's get OBJ on the Dallas Cowboys. Let's get Chase Claypool on the Dallas Cowboys. Let's get everybody on the Dallas Cowboys that has been doubted in their life, looked down upon on their life, and told that they couldn't be something in life. And then Dak, Dakota, Rain, Prescott, I want you to carry them on your back. And you are a single man now, brother. You do not have to carry the weight of your woman anymore. You are a single man. You are probably at Bucks Wild right now while I'm recording this. But I want you, Dakota Rain Prescott, to lock in. Legacy year incoming. MVP. Lock it in right now. Dallas Cowboys win the division. Dak Prescott wins MVP. Red Zone Blitz podcast, #1 podcast in Canada. Book it. All right. If you have any inquiries, hit our line, redzoneblitzpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you very much. This is a message from the Red Zone Blitz, courtesy of G. Thank you.
Jeez.
All right.
And
And
not out of breath.
until next time, we are going to be back. We'll be back with another episode. Thank you to each and every one of you that have supported us. Once again, I'm joined by my esteemed guests and colleagues. Director of Operations, Matt. Where can people find you on the good old Instagram?
Find me at Matt_RBZ99.
Nice. We'll be getting these guys' Twitters and X's, whatever, and TikToks loaded up soon too, so you'll be able to connect with them there. Matt can yell at you every Sunday with the Steelers fans included, so
Yeah,
it'll be nice times. Director of Content and Engagement, the Lions fan himself, KK. Where can people go and find you on Instagram?
KK Red Zone Blitz.
And of course, you want to talk to me. You want to come on, right on down. Walk yourself down to the main channel, Red Zone Blitz Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and X. Appreciate each and every one of you. If you guys have any inquiries, you guys want to reach out for any sponsorships or anything like that, hit our line, our email, redzoneblitzpodcast@gmail.com. We also have a website you can now visit, www.redzoneblitzpodcast.com. Once again, thank you to each and every one of you that listen to our episodes, provide feedback. We're consistently looking to improve this podcast each and every episode, and we'll be back soon. Fellas, any final message?
Just got to say that the Chargers had a crazy release video.
Yep.
that we
Shout
mentioned.
out to that social media team out there. It takes a lot of work for a very short
There's
thing.
a few good ones.
The Raiders one was good too.
Raiders one was good.
I like the Colts with the Simpsons as well.
Yeah,
Chiefs
was good.
I like the Tennessee one where they went and interviewed people. And
that was good.
And of course, my favorite one, the Dallas Cowboys one. All right, until next time, this is G.
KK.
I'm Matt.
Now we're out.